this is the last thing that I'm reviewing this year, and it might just be the coolest. Hey guys, how's it going? Justin here from Walts, and today we're taking a look at the Audio-Technica AT-LPA2 turntable. This is a belt-driven turntable, and we're actually just going to start with the unboxing. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. We have some paperwork, which we'll set aside. We really need to invest in a top-down camera. But yeah, we have lots of little boxes. So it looks like we have two, what I'm guessing are accessory boxes. And then we'll open the main box, which it looks like they give us, I just can't really see, but it gives you gloves to set this up. So definitely want to use those once we get it out of the wrap. We also have the instructions. We're definitely going to need those because I do know that this is a little bit fancier of a turntable than we typically review on the channel. Plastic piece that will go on top. And then the turntable itself. Make sure I kind of keep track of how all this works because there is a lot here. So I guess, yeah, we can take this whole section out. There can be more pieces. And yeah, I think I can kind of just go ahead and, wow, that is heavy. This is a very heavy turntable. I'm not sure if the feet are on it or if we have to screw them on, but we're going to see here in a minute. So I'm going to put this box down for later. That is a very heavy box. All right, so we got the turntable here, which I guess we can start to unbox. I'm gonna be very careful that I don't touch something and ruin it because it does have a very premium feel. That is for sure. So as you can see, it's still kind of wrapped up there. Make sure we keep track of all this stuff because I don't want to miss it. And then of course we can take out the acrylic cover, which we'll put that on last. And yeah, so I think we can go ahead and take this apart. We got this nice cloth that covers the whole turntable. I want to be very delicate with this. Get this around the tone arm. I don't want to damage that. And that makes sense to why they gave us the gloves, because this is a fully glass turntable. I had no idea what they were sending me, but this is awesome looking. No wonder it was so heavy. So yeah, I think it's time to put the gloves on as we handle this. This is my first time wearing gloves unboxing something, guys. So that should just tell you how nice this turntable is. Get it on, it'll be nice. All right, so we got to get this off of the feet, which the feet also have some, looks like some inserts there to protect it from hitting the glass, which I can't seem to get out, which is great. All right, there's one foot. Get the other foot out. These donuts definitely aren't falling out around these feet. Now we're going to do the other side. Put those to the side, and then we can remove this cloth. I do really like the way that it looks and feels, but we still got to get some of the stuff attached to it. And then I think I am going to peel off this protective layer. But just kind of first glance, I mean, this thing is definitely a statement piece. All right, so we'll take off the gloves for now since we are gonna start using some of the hardware. So in our first white hardware box, looks like we have some counterweights. We get 2 of them, which is nice. And then we also have our hinges, I guess, for the acrylic. So we set those off to the side. And we also have another white box, which we're gonna find out what's in it here in just a second, if we can get it open. Same box, looks like we have some more weights, a belt. We do need the belt. And then I think this is the adapter. And the stylus, of course. Not sure if we're gonna need these 2 pieces, but we'll keep them out just in case. And then last but not least, we have the big box. I'm gonna move this stuff over here. And in the big box, we got a power cable, which I was expecting. But we do have something a little different here. Huh. I wonder what this is. This comes in double padded pack. Some sort of box. Power. Oh, okay. So this is the power supply, I guess. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research before we jump into the whole video, but it looks like they have a separate unit for the power, which is kind of cool. I'm sure there's a good reason for that, so I'll make sure to include that once I kind of mess around with it. We have our RCA cables. We're going to plug these directly into some speakers or preamp, and then it comes with a pin connector to get it from the power supply to the turntable. And then your phono stuff as well. So lots of accessories in this one. Typically, you don't see this many when we're reviewing these Audio-Technica turntables. But yeah, let's get it all set up and talk about it. Now, that was actually my first time unboxing something that required special unboxing gloves, so yeah, got to check that off my bucket list. Very fun to unbox, but let's talk about my overall experience. Now, right out of the box, the LPA2 felt very minimalist, very clean, but the first thing that I noticed was the weight. It was very heavy, very solid, and it wasn't something I could ignore. What's cool about this turntable is there's no unnecessary knobs or clutter. The base has a sleek, modern look, and come on, who doesn't love clear electronics? Now, this turntable is a little bit different than most of the Audio-Technica line because it is a fully manual belt-driven turntable. And what's even cooler is it actually has an external power supply. So all the extra components are actually in a separate box, and you only have the turntable and the motor. Now, this is cool for a couple of reasons. One being that it'll actually minimize the electrical noise that would have been there if it was built into the turntable. So something that hi-fi people will definitely appreciate. And then two, since it's not into the turntable can be a little bit smaller, but also the clear factor, there's no extra components. They do a really good job of hiding everything, and that's because of this box. And you can put that box in the shelf of, it's an entertainment center or just off to the side so it's not in the way, giving you a more clean and minimalistic look. Now, on the actual unit, you can press that power button, it clicks into place, and then it'll give a really cool little blue LED that indicates that it's on, and then there you can choose the speed and start playing. Now, it plays full-size albums or 7-inch singles, so it has that 33 or the 45 if you want to switch between the two. Also, something I wanted to point out is I really like the feet on this turntable. I think the silver complements the acrylic. There's rubber on the bottom, but then rubber on the contact point that touches the turntable, so more, again, for, reducing that noise, but also just looking clean in general. And we can't forget about the way they design that tone arm. Man, does it look awesome, that cool carbon gray. Overall, for design, I give the LPA2 a 10 out of 10. I think part of that has to do with the acrylic, obviously, but then also just the way they were able to hide the electronics within the acrylic. It definitely doesn't take away from the look. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Now, as far as connections, you're kind of limited because this is really just a hi-fi turntable. The LPA2 has outputs that are standard stereo RCA jacks, but then also a ground terminal. It comes with that power box along with, I don't think it's a 4-pin, it's just a traditional pin connector to get the power to the turntable. In the box, you'll also get some extra counterweights and some smaller accessories for, balancing everything. Since it does output a phono level signal, you'll want to connect it to a receiver or powered speakers that have phono input, or use an external phono preamp. It doesn't have HDMI, no USB, no Bluetooth. This is strictly for your 2-channel hi-fi listeners out there, dare I say audiophiles. It also has an anti-skate feature with some weights that I didn't get a chance to set up, and also the acrylic case I didn't set up because I just like the way it looks without it. I probably should have got a few shots for you guys. That's on me. And lastly, the cartridge on the LPA2 is a very special cartridge that retails for over $400 on its own. It's the AT-OC9XEN dual moving coil cartridge. Now, I'm no expert on cartridges, but from what I was able to find, this is definitely a premium cartridge. So if you're somebody who appreciates, quality, this should definitely hold up for you. And because it retails for $400, that's a big reason why this turntable costs so much. All right, so with all that being said, I think it pretty much wraps up the LPA2 turntable from Audio-Technica. I always struggle to review turntables just because I'm not a crazy vinyl nerd, and they all do very similar things with just minor differences, but this was definitely by far the coolest one that I've gotten my hands on. So again, shout out to Audio-Technica for sending me this. This was awesome experience, and now I can check off that I got to review something with some fancy gloves, which is cool. Now, unfortunately, we don't carry this at the moment, but if it's something that you'd like to see us have in stock, then leave us down a comment in the comment section. We do have some other Audio-Technica turntables if you want to take a look at those. I'll link those in the description. But with that being said, if you guys enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested in, make sure to email me at youtube@walts so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.